Wow, it was an expensive year for Spokane real estate. We're checking out the top 10 most expensive home sales in the Spokane area, specifically on the Washington side, not looking at Idaho because those prices go crazy. But we had some real heavy hitters. We had the most expensive home ever sold in the Spokane area sell this year. So I'm excited to dig into some of this stuff with you and take a look at these crazy properties. Now, I've done a video similar to this last year. I recorded a video that was the top 10 luxury home sales of 2023, and we started in the high $1 million range. We had the first three, like number 10, 9, 8, were all in the $1.9 million range. And this year we are starting around 2.2. So prices have gone up in the luxury price range for that top 10 range. So looking at number one, we have a custom built new construction home that was almost 6,600 square feet, 5 beds, 5 bath. And we're going to see a few patterns here that I'm very interested in. And so make sure you watch the whole video because we're going to start seeing how these people, these high expensive buyers work and how they've been finding properties off market more than the average buyer. So this property right here, super in a great location. It's on almost 4 acres right off of Liberty Lake. Now this property does not have water access, but brand new construction, super beautiful, like huge kitchen island here. I like that they did not do the waterfall. I'm really tired of the waterfall look. I think they had really cool details, like they built in this little playroom underneath the stairs here. Stone fireplace in the primary bedroom, and I really love their tile choices throughout. This custom tub right here, it looks like a custom like concrete bathtub set off angled in the bathroom there. And then each bedroom has an ensuite bathroom, it looks like, or at least close to it. They all have their own character through the bathtub tile. So this one has this pink tile. This one has this kind of larger green tile, and this one is the smaller green tile. Nice, interesting paint job in the office here. And then there's an apartment above the garage. And then, of course, nice decks and things to view your property. So huge garage, and the parcel you can see is here. So this one sold 0 days on market, sold off market. The listing agent represented both sides. I remember I've driven past this one many times. If you're driving around the Liberty Lake area, then you've seen this one likely getting constructed if you've made the venture off of Lakeside Road. So I'm curious if somebody was just driving in the area and reached out to the agent and asked about it. For the number 9 spot here, we have a second listing in Liberty Lake, 1117 South Liberty, sold for $2.24 million. This was a newer construction home as well, I believe. Only 1 day on the market. Again, there are people ready to buy and spend large amounts of money in the Spokane area, but they're waiting for that perfect property. And when the perfect property hits, they are ready to strike. So this one was built by local design studio Uptick Studios back in 2008, and it is, on the water. And this is one of the first out of 8 of the top 10. So 8 out of the top 10 homes sold for cash in this price range. Interest rates were high, and so people with this dollar amount decided that it made more sense to just buy these properties outright in cash versus invest it in other things or take the risk of having a mortgage, anything like that. So they're buying these places free and clear. But really great design. I'm a fan of a nice tongue and groove ceiling, kind of a more modern layout here throughout. Cool, great bay windows in the basement here. But just like a little bit more of a modern design on the water, and then you get the beachfront property, which obviously is rare here in the Spokane area to have a sandy beach right out front of your property and just minutes from downtown Liberty Lake. So absolutely beautiful property right there. Now, number 8 on the list is off of East Highland Boulevard, which, if you're not familiar, is on the South Hill. It's a really cool little street where it transitions from 21st off of Manitou Boulevard into the Rockwood neighborhood. And there's even this like cool little stone wall right here that kind of greets you into this really, into the Rockwood neighborhood, outside from the Manitou neighborhood. So this super unique house here sold for 2.25, 3 days on the market. Super unique construction here with the rounded ceilings, stucco fireplace. wood floors. This was built in 1932. I mean, it's 5,600 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 4-car garage, completely updated. There's a second residence guest house that was built in 2006, and they both are surrounded by, or surround a huge gated yard with remote control access to the yard, which is kind of crazy. So let's go check out some of this beautiful architecture a little bit more, but definitely more of a traditional style. Like it's not even necessarily, it's not that updated or anything. You have a tile countertop versus a stone countertop. Really, I think it's just kind of living in this almost church-like setting here. That is the super cool part of this house. And of course, the location just being as unique as it is. It's on a pretty dang large lot in that area. Huge garage for that area as well. This is the guest house. So it's, I mean, really, it's a full other house in that area. Huge cathedral ceilings, love the beams throughout. So that's kind of unique, having that secondary house back there. You can see how large the lot is in this photo, right next to Hutton Elementary, which is a super sought after elementary school, one of the highest rated in the area. And this house kind of has the same kind of Spanish flair as the Hutton Elementary does. Now back to Liberty Lake on Legacy Ridge. We have a home that was built in 2021, so a much newer house here. Beautiful, kind of like all black design on the outside, really sleek, really modern. It does have a little bit of that kind of white and black vibe that I think is a little outdated at this point. So I'm hopefully maybe somebody will come in here and add a little bit of color. I do like the warmth of that tongue and groove ceiling in the primary bedroom here. This one is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,600 square feet, so not huge at all. Okay, so not actually 3 days on the market, because it was first at 118 days, then 140, then went active again and sold within 3 days. And they only took it off, they didn't even take it off the market long at all. Or I mean, it expired and then relisted in the same day. So the buyer was waiting. They had started at about 2.5. And I think they actually lost money on this because they only bought this in 2022 and they purchased it for 2.225. So at least they paid their fees. They paid their selling fees, which is good. But up on Legacy Ridge, I mean, this has a decent sized lot, but nothing magnificent by any means. It has really great views over the Liberty Lake area. And I like the yard, obviously super manicured, everything like that. Really nice outdoor area to watch the sunsets over Mount Spokane, things like that. So I think that's kind of the layout of the property is awesome. And then of course it's surrounded by some beautiful homes in that area, but definitely not my favorite on the list here so far. Now this next one was super unique. I know it took a little bit to sell, but it was up in Newport, Washington actually, and it came with the most amount of land of any of these properties. It was 5,100 square feet for the house. I know there was multiple houses. It was 221 acres, which is crazy. Featured a 1920s Kirkland cutter log home, a guest house, multiple outbuildings, pastures, all these kind of things. All the separate things. The 1900s guest house was a 1-bed, 1-bath with a kitchen. There's various cabins and things. I think they might have used this as like a little retreat or something like that. Has its own pond. And so obviously the log cabin itself is cool and is actually pretty well taken care of with tile showers and stuff like that, but it's nothing amazing. It's really just the property itself with the multiple properties, the pond, and obviously over 200 acres. So this was really, if somebody wanted to have their own homestead or their own retreat, camping site kind of thing, this could be really like whether you want it to be a super private getaway for like property for yourself, or you wanted to bring people out here and run a business from it, which you could do as well. That was crazy. So this one sold for $2.3 million. All right, we're in the top 5 now. The next one sold relatively quickly in about 24 days. It's 6,500 square feet, 4 beds, 5 baths, and it was up on the like upper South Hill area. So sold for 2.445. And another one of ours that sold for cash. So it's actually just off the Palouse Highway, so on the south side of the South Hill here. And let's just check this guy out. Definitely looks like a house that's off that. I just feel like this looks like a house that would be in the Palouse with this style of construction. A little bit more of like a luxury modern craftsman type home. Very cool. Just very obviously just nice wood finishes. Like the glass tile here, little knock to the 70s, I feel like there. But I'm sure it was just, yeah, incredibly tons of space. Probably a great house for just maybe a large family or something like that. Obviously, the pool is very cool. And then this is like their guest house out here. Let's see how many acres came with this, because it looks like you have a little farm and everything. So this is on 6 acres, built in 2006, has a 50 by 70 shop, which can also transform into a private indoor basketball court. And so, which makes sense too, because this area is really into their basketball. If these guys headed down to Freeman by any means, that then this school is really into their basketball there. So 2.4 million on the Palouse in the Spokane area. One thing I wanted to bring up again is just how fast some of these high luxury listings were selling for. Like this house on Highland, I didn't even realize, but it was only on the market for 3 weeks and then closed within basically 2.5 weeks. Like the seller accepted an offer and moved out within 2.5 weeks of even putting it on the market. And so that's so fast for the way the market was going this year. So really it just goes to show, like, these people that have cash, are really savvy with their investments, are just ready to pull the trigger when they find the right house. And so it's just really cool. And so now we're moving into one of ours that's a little bit more secretive. It went pending before listing, 0 days on market. We don't get to see any of the inside of the house, but sold for $2.65 million on Christmas Tree Lane, which is a great little street. It's in the Rockwood neighborhood. It's a good little loop to go drive around in the Christmas time and check out the decorations on that street. But remodeled in 2015, built in 1993. Lot size is about half an acre, 3-bed, 2-bath. And it looks like, this looks like it was really European inspired house here. It looks like the house itself, even though on a half an acre, came with a vineyard, and that kind of hides the house a little bit. 8.5-foot French doors head out to the courtyard. There's a courtyard out there off of the master suite and the guest wing. And it looks like it was just there's a solarium in there, and it was really an architectural masterpiece. Apparently William and Marcia Bond worked on this property along with Steve and Leslie Ronald. So so we don't get to see pictures of it, but obviously in the Rockwood neighborhood, which, as we've discussed, one of the more expensive neighborhoods in the Spokane area. In the number 3 spot, we're checking out Stoneman, which is a 5,500 square foot, 4-bed, 5-bath, sold for $2.8 million, was definitely on the market for longer than 7 days. It came on and off a handful of times. Built in 2013, it was on 10 acres. I'm sure this is probably a horse property or something. Comes with a 4,800 square foot garage and a outside kitchen, all these things. There's 2 additional 10-acre lots with 40 by 84 shop on that property. Let's check out some of the photos here. A little bit more of that country wood feel. Love this open view out to the kind of that Palouse vibe here. Very, very rustic, very woody. Love the brick, very Italian or something like that. I don't know. Little tile floors, a little more gaudy in this one. Cool steam shower. They got the sauna. Interesting layout. So this is the garage. So that's crazy. You have the shop door there with 4 2-car garages. There's a little den out here, a little hangout room in the garage. And then they hide something behind this curtain in the sheet over here. There's a bathroom out in the garage. This garage is nicer than my house, I feel like. So you have a huge gate into the property. Probably just huge horse property or something like that. Very interesting though. Very interesting property there. Now into the top 2. Number 2, these are big numbers here, as we can already see, but number 2, also on the South Hill, secret property. This one's very unique. I've driven past this one and ridden my bike past this one a lot growing up, because I grew up just over here. And never really thought anything of it, I guess. 3.9 million seems like a lot. It is a very wide property. It's very, I've always thought it was just took up a ton of space. The house is very large, and it spans almost 3, maybe even 4 lots. It's really wide. So we don't get to see much of the house, but other than it's 5-bed, 5-bath, 6,700 square feet, built in the 1965. We don't even get a description on it. I'm guessing very kind of mid-century style home, mid-century architecture, but 3.85 million on a secret private sale with no lot description. And so that just goes to show, if you're somebody that's in this budget, you're looking for something, that I would just be reaching out to as many agents as possible and just kind of let them know what you're looking for. Because I mean, almost half of these have sold within just a day on the market, or less than it, or obviously no days on market. So be reaching out to agents that can be reaching out to other agents for you and finding out any of this information. All right, and in the number 1 seed is a house that sold for more than double the previously most expensive house in the Spokane area. This house right here, out in the valley on East Wellesley, sold for $8.5 million in cash, 8 bedrooms, 8 baths, 1,600 square feet on 168 acres. It has a 12,000 square foot shop. Incredible, I mean, huge luxury property, engineered to withstand most extreme conditions, natural disasters. It's like a doomsday prepper house. There's a guest house out there. There's a movie theater, indoor basketball court, there's a spa, a 4,000 square foot garage on top of that 12,000 square foot shop, elevator, multi-purpose room, crazy lighting systems. It's just everything. And the crazy thing is that it's sold to a YouTubing family, Genevieve's Playhouse, that has 44 million subscribers on YouTube. Their most viewed video has 2 billion views. And it's just a channel that reviews children's toys. Like, they play with the toys, and little kids like watch them play with the toys, basically. So they're doing well. It's working out very well for them. This property is huge, as you can see. This is the property lines here. There was a news article. The dad said that they were super excited to be like going camping in the woods back here and just getting really to like know the property. This is that 12,000 square foot shop. And the inside is just crazy. I mean, you have like this little like rock wall feature as you walk into the house. The wood beams like are insane. It's made out of just like super high quality materials. Giant stone fireplace here. Everything is humongous. There's a ton of wood. It's just ridiculous. There's the elevator, wet bar here. I mean, this is like your bathroom, or so it's not even a wet bar. It's like, this is the sink in the primary bathroom. And I love the old phone here still. And then you have that kind of like, you go up the stairs and the bathtub is like at the top of the stairs. Here's the gym with the basketball court. It's like full size. Another kind of primary suite here. It is a little gaudy. I mean, like, this looks a little like Godfather-y to me. The mirrored ceilings with the pool table. It's pretty epic. This property is wild. So this is your 4,000 square foot garage. You don't even really get pictures of the inside of the garage, but this is the guest house here. This is the other kitchen. The guest house is very large as well. 2 stories. This is the garage. So, I mean, you could have so many cars in there. This is the movie theater. So they did spend $8.5 million and get an unfinished movie theater. Like, it's all wired and everything, but they still got to finish the paint and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's just an absolute compound. I mean, it's crazy looking. And so I think this is the secondary house back here. But circular driveway. I mean, you could have 27 people here living here and not ever see them again. So very unique property for Spokane. It was built in 1979. I don't think we'll ever see anything else like it ever again. And I think it's impressive how quickly it sold. It sold within a year to this family. They moved up from Georgia and were just in love with the Spokane area and what it had to offer. So if you would like to be like somebody that can afford an $8.5 million house and move to the Spokane area for all the great things that it has, all the camping and things like that, then my team would love to help you move here and make that move as easy as possible for you. So you can use the link down below in the description. If you found this video at all interesting, or comments on these houses, whether you like them or not, leave a comment down below. Use the links in the description and reach out to us anytime. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.